afternoon, viewers from all across globe you watching from. It's another interesting day in the history of Nigeria as a nation, and I'd like to remind you today is 29th day in the month of help me out.
May.
All right, I understand that fact because it's a new day. We're ushering in a new government from the outgoing one of retired General President Muhammadu Buhari, as is handing over, which the inauguration and swearing in has been done alongside the president-elect President Asiwaju Tinubu and the Vice President Kashim Shettima. I'd like to tell you it's a new development, and as it was going on at Eagle Square in Abuja, there was a blessing from the sky, from God Almighty, to ascertain that yes, it is a new breath, it is a new hope, it is a new life, it is a new journey that is going to bring happiness and succor to the hearts of many Nigerians, in millions as the figure states. My name is Morire Rabila Lawal, alongside the host for today's program from
Ige or Lalekon. It's my pleasure to welcome you all, our viewers around the world, to the program Matter Arising, as we take a look at the historic event that is taking on right now, that is going on in the Federal Capital Territory, the capital city of Abuja, at the Eagle Square, where over 20 presidents of countries across the world are in attendance to witness today's inauguration of the 70th elected president of the country in Nigeria, in person of President-elect Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Morire Rabila, today,
yes.
What are the things that you can really say about the dramatic event that is going on at the Eagle Square right now?
Yes, it is to make sure that many people who fail to believe or to accept the pronouncement of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) by its head announcing Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president-elect, they can just fold their arms and join the administration. Secondly, it is another avenue to celebrate an history when it comes to presidency in Nigeria. I'd like to tell viewers from everywhere that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the 16th sworn-in Nigeria president so far, alongside his Vice President Kashim Shettima. Many people complained, fought, and even went ahead to protest the ticket as Muslim ticket. But one major thing I see ahead is that no matter the religion, Nigeria is going to be a new Nigeria, and security, education, economy, businesses definitely going to have a new tone, and everything is going to be very, very beautifully. And another point again is that when it comes to having a change in the country as a whole and totally, we should not expect a fast record of turning around, because there is no sacrifice that will go unnoticed, and also there wouldn't be destruction before beautification. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that we should expect stiffer dispensation at first, then later on we will be able to acknowledge the fact that president of our administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, with the vice president alongside his cabinet, which is going to announce, surely will bring succor to many Nigerians.
Brings succor to many Nigerians. Then another thing again is that, when we look at the history, you come to realize that it has been 24 years unbroken democratic process, right from when 1999, when Nigerians started the democracy system of government, when President Olusegun Obasanjo kick-started it. Now, if you look at it, from 1999 till date, have we really attained to a level whereby we can really say that yes, the democratic system has been able to bear a positive fruit or made a lot of impact, as in terms of the gains and the areas, the lapses that we had in the country? What's your take on that?
My take on it is a no. Everyone thought the coming of Buhari will be a very sweet thing and something as a messiah, a coming messiah. But quite unfortunate that after the swearing in, the whole thing changes, especially at the second term in office, where we have a lot of kidnappings, a lot of killing, a lot of agitation, a lot of money siphoning, a lot of dramas like the snake swallowed so stack of cash, monkey took over stack of cash. Some houses in Lagos were raided and they got to see stack of cash receiving AC when ordinary Nigerian are paying for light but they can't have the light.
Okay. Now let's look at it from this angle. Like I just said, that when we look at the lifespan of democratic system in Nigeria, we'll come to realize that at least from 1999 till date, we've spent like up to 24 years. Now, looking at the dispensation of Olusegun Obasanjo as a civilian president, of which after him we had President Yaradua before Jonathan, and coming down to Muhammadu Buhari, now we are having the president-elect in person of Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Now, can we really say that? Because, some school of thought believe that as at that point in time, we do refer to Nigerian democracy as a nascent. And when you say it is nascent, automatically it means that maybe our system has not really gotten to a mature stage. It's just coming up. After the military, they have to step aside for the civilian government to come in. But do we really say that there have been a lot of changes, and with the level of years that we really invested in democracy in Nigeria, do you think the political school of thought has really learnt a lot of lessons to see how they can transform the country as a whole?
The answer is no, and for the fact that the only president so far after Obasanjo left the office remains the late Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, whose administration came in brief and left a huge vacuum even till date. Because during this time we were able to realize a better Nigeria, and it was a memorable atmosphere when we had him, but we lost him to the cold hands of death. And secondly, when the Vice President, Goodluck Jonathan, then took over power, we understand the fact that how much was a liter of fuel being sold, and to mention a few. To me, there has never been any significant change or development. Many of the things done since Obasanjo, Yar'Adua, little time, Jonathan took over, till President Muhammadu Buhari, I see that majority of the constituency project they do and other projects that they do, either federal or state, they tend to make it known to Nigerians that these are the things they have done to the people who voted them in. But the question is, who is deceiving who? If you're in power and you make provision of probably a road with some thousands kilometers from a junction to the other kilometers of thousand, or of 1,000, it should be noted that it's from the coffers of the country, not from your own personal salary or coffers that you're making those things in place. If Nigerians can know the power, the importance of knowing their rights, fundamental human rights, I tell you, everything will go normally. But so far, there is nothing to show democratically making sense or meanings in Nigeria till today. But with what has happened today, the inauguration, the swearing in, and showers from heaven, it means as an African, we believe there is a significant blessing from God Almighty. So I raise my point.
Okay, thank you, Moriri. Now let's come to exactly what we are celebrating today in Nigeria. Now, there is this thought, some school of thought believe that today's event is a sign and it's a mark that shows the attainment of a life ambition that dated back almost 4 decades ago. What does that mean? It means that some people believe that the president-elect in person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a man that has been nursing this ambition of becoming Nigerian president for a long time. And you know that as far as he has gone for the position of a senatorial, from a senator to a governor of a state, then to the president, that it has been something that he has been nursing for a long time. And you know, if you look at that, then you relate it to his engagement in the various pro-democracy bodies that have been fighting governments, like the case of Nadeko and some others like that. Then from the various political parties that have been metamorphosized from one name to the other. Will you really agree with that school of thought that this particular vision of Bola Ahmed Tinubu of becoming Nigerian #1 citizen will rub off on the country as a whole to give us a better Nigeria?
To me, the new administration is so ripe, and it hasn't even starts crippling. So joining hands together, irrespective of who you are, nationality per se, in terms of the international world or within the country, all they do is to join the administration to work towards achieving the set goals. And when the set goals are achieved and achievable, I tell you, people will embrace the administration with all and what they have within the capacity to making sure that yes, whenever we're having crises and we call on the numbers we need to call, definitely emergency will come to us. Like those people that they get attacked today by bandits, a few days after, the bandit still goes there to strike rather. What happened to those that died a few days before? Are you saying the intelligence, the operatives cannot do something? But when things like this happen, I believe so much that yes, it's going out to be a very remarkable submission if security are put in place, like joint task force, not necessarily because Abuja is a federal capital territory that we need to like put them strategically, like what is happening in Abuja today. If we think of it that fine, because of the inauguration, all armed forces must be on ground. What about when the attack is made, or when they strike people's home, people's businesses, and to mention a few? The major thing in Nigeria today, let us just fold our arms and watch and usher in the new administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima. And if things are not going the normal way it ought to go, I believe so well that they have all the time to start saying these are their demands, these are what they want, these are what they have been waiting for, and to mention a few. But I believe this very, very administration, so far that US recognizes the person in particular, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it's a welcome thing that yes, Nigeria will smile again.
Okay. Now let me take you back a bit. Before the conduct of the February 25th, 2023 general election, on the course of the campaign, some school of thought believes that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is aged already, that they don't think he really had the strength to manage or to administer Nigeria, you know. And looking at the various political parties and their contestants, now, what I'm trying to say is, with the mirage of problems left behind by the administration that has gone now, I'm talking in person of the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari.
Okay.
Do you think this incoming administration will have the capacity enough to really manage and to refix Nigeria to bring it back to the right spot?
My take is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu need to act with strong hands. Number one, the NNPC. Number two, every other sector that is so essential to the lives of many Nigerians need to be worked on. And when things are done rightly, without the fear of anyone, without the fear of any godfather, such will surely bring success and happiness to the lives of Nigerians.
Then looking at it from this angle, when you talk about the political party that is at the end of affair now, the party that just left the presidency now is the All People's Progressive Congress, and another same party is coming into power. Don't you think there will be an issue with their reputation, the trust of the people, I mean Nigerian as masses? Do you think they will really trust this incoming government based on what the experience they had in the last administration?
Party remains the same, just the people's character determines what they bring out. That's my own on that.
Okay. Now let's take a look at this. With the experience and the euphoria of the incoming president that is taking a sort of oath today in Nigeria, and the presence of the foreign allies, what do you see in terms of diplomatic ties between Nigeria and other countries of the world?
First and foremost is that there is a working and existing MOU between the president-elect, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Let me say the president because he has been sworn in, and other international organizations. And I believe so well, I will talk to Nigerians to please endeavor to making sure they join hands together, no matter your tribe, no matter your ethnicity, no matter your religion, just join hands together to making sure things work. And number two, if international organizations and countries does not support Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they would be in attendance for the inauguration as it's going on in Abuja. And thirdly, per se, we all understand the fact that if big countries out there do not register or know exactly what you're doing in your country, they will surely come nearest and get to see the potentials you possess as a nation. And if these are seen, they know how to get it better. That is why a country like France is saying to the African world as regards what the French have done to those affected African countries. So definitely, I will urge our president, our new president, to work on his own achievements. Work on his own achievements with the wealth of experiences he has gathered together since his days as governor of Lagos State, And his style of bringing people up to keep on doing these things as a champion and to keep winning the heart of investors, foreign investors that are willing to come back to Nigeria, which we've not had for some decade now.
Okay, what you just said now is taking me down to the next question. Now, looking at it from this angle, a lot of people believe that while Tinubu was the governor of Lagos State, he made a lot of transformation as at that point in time. And apart from that, we see he was able to bring up the younger ones who are also capable and competent, and he was able to fix them into different departments, of which we can see how through them a lot of transformation are taking place. Do you still think that as Bola Tinubu is taking the affair of the country as a whole, those magic that he adopted in Lagos, is it possible for such to be replicated at the federal level?
From my point of view, the meeting he had in France shows that there is something Bola Tinubu is bringing to Nigeria, even from those that are not in APC and those that were there before and left. Is trying to talk to them, make meaning out of the whole thing, and making sure they all partner with him in this administration. First example is former Kanu Emir Sanusi Lamido, and also former governor of Kanu State, in person of Musa Rabiu Konkoso, and to mention a few. I believe if they are not good principals at the ends of their own career, there wouldn't be such meeting in France. So my own take is that he has done his assignment as an administrator, as a leader, as a champion, as an achiever, as a kingmaker, because I believe he used to be a kingmaker, making people. So now is the time for him to eat the dividend, which I believe many people who are people today cannot say a no to Bola's request or knock whenever he needs them.
Okay, as a kingmaker, if you are just joining us on this station, this is BGI TV Current, and we are on the program Matter Arising. And please, for your comments or response, you can just put it down at the comment sections. We are looking at the inauguration of the new president-elect, and at the same time we are also looking at the various angles through which the world leaders have been able to pull all their faith and at the same time support the inauguration as it goes on right now at the Eagle Square in Abuja. Now we are also looking at it from this angle. Whatever you think is your comment or your response, you can just put it right there at the comment section. Now let me come back to Mr. Morire. Now the question is, you said something before the other time that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a kingmaker. Can you really expatiate a bit on that?
The reason is that from the four corners of the country, either north, south, southeast and southwest, the younger politicians today and the bigger ones that were not heard before, they all came to prominence through the doings of former senator who is now a president in the country. Oyo, Ogun. I remember when he came to Ogun last year, he was a bit mocking the president of the state governor, Dapo Abiodun, as a lady. It went viral. Even the vice president, Yemi Osinbajo, even some state governors, they've all benefited from the legacies and doings of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I'm not trying to take that away from him. Till the presidency that he's been crowned today, he has done his own work. He has done his best, irrespective of all the court cases and hearings we've been hearing about him. Many of the Nigerian politicians, they are not someone closer or closest to what Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been doing for long. before God now say it is his own time. And like I said, the kingmaker, he feels to himself that yes, in ton jello the presidency which someone, a prominent elder statesman, fails to even raise his thumb as the chosen one. But today, history has made a clarity.
Now let me take you down memory lane a bit. In 1992, Bola Ahmed Tinubu joined a political party, and that was when he had intention of going into politics. But the question is, do you think from 1992 till date, will you be able to say that Bola Tinubu has been able to contribute his quota either positively or negatively into the Nigerian polity?
Yes, he has. For the fact that he's the business mogul and giving arms to those in need, doing his businesses without any infringement, I believe he's a man that speaks and do. He's a man who sees everything as, let me say, politically. He will make sure if you are best in that career, you handle this, you handle that. He's not selfish, he's not self-centered, and he's not the type that will listen and will never take action concerning what is around.
Okay. Now, let us look at it from this angle. I recall vividly in 2003, we had a June 12th, 1993. But before the time, we had various political parties that metamorphosized from Alliance for Democracy. Then we have the Yoruba group then that formed what we call the National Democratic Coalition, NADECO. Then from then we also had the issue of June 12th. Can you precisely give us a clue of what you think has been able to, build the trust of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the Yoruba leaders then, when he was in NADECO, as at then, and they were fighting and struggling for the release of Chief MKO Abiola?
Truth be told that necessities were made, but those in power frustrated that. If NADECO stands and fought ruthlessly towards Ahmed Tinubu, truth be told that he gave his own counts to be indomitable, and his resilience towards powers shows that he's a man anytime, any day. Because in Nigeria today, it all bows out to be the fact that if you are good to the elders and you are humble, the elders will appreciate you for the fact that Oni iwa moluabi ati iwa irele. But not knowing that the kingmaker himself would turn around to become a king. So they have no choice now than to accept the candidacy of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of Nigeria. And the best way to do it is to join him, give him the moral supports, the advices, the manners that which a leader and a father would do. Because in the number one citizen today, whatever everyone wants to say, they will surely believe that yes, it has come and history has spoken. So let's give it to whom honor is due, to Bola Tinubu. And there shouldn't be anything for us to drag or to fight about or to say a no to. And advice again to those at the Election Petition Tribunal against the candidacy of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, LP and PDP. PDP in the sense of Atiku Abubakar, and the one from the LP, Peter Obi. Like I saw a video, was it yesterday, where Atiku Abubakar was saying if his appeal is not looked into or worked on, is going to appeal to God and report to God. But my question to him is this: while he was in the office as vice president, can he mention?
Looking at the heavy presence of the African leaders at the inauguration, what do you think as Nigeria will want, the role Nigeria will want to play as a big brother to the progress and to the unity of Africa?
Definitely, we should expect African leaders at the inauguration because they see Nigeria as a big brother, like you said, and truly, what Nigeria has in all ramifications, every other African country sees Nigeria as the lead. And they are coming to the inauguration shows truly that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu needs to be celebrated as a businessman and everything he has been doing, even before his emergence as the president. And it will surely tell a new era, a new birth in Nigeria that his victory is accepted by all, and they all accept it.
Okay, looking at the new era that the incoming president will want to set with all the mirage of problem we have in the country, what is your take on the steps of this government by kick starting immediately in the area of security, the area of health, the area of foreign missions, and at the same time education?
All he needs to do is to get working. Number one, he needs to tackle concerning education is the ASU strike, the frequent ASU strike. Pay the bills is going to be presented with. And on security, I will advise he overhaul all of the chief of staffs, or probably not chief of staff. I mean all of the bosses at the ends of affair of Nigeria Police, Navy, Mobile Police, Army, to mention a few, every one of them, because the budgets we've been getting from President Muhammadu Buhari, the outgone presidents, the money they've spent so far on security of life and property, education, and to mention a few, it's not reflecting at all. Okay. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu needs to just sit tight, speaks what he have as his manifesto, and let us see the actions, not just press review.
Okay. Recently, the issue of the subsidy resurfaced, and we believe that this incoming government will always want to put up some measures as a palliative. What would be your take in the area of how you think Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be in best position to go about it in order to alleviate the poverty of Nigerians? Morire.
Basically, truth be told that either you are there at the inauguration or not, if Bola Ahmed sees in you the capacity to the progress of the country, and if he extends hands of fellowship to you, you need to acknowledge. Because Nigeria is not a state for one person. It's not a country for the politicians alone. It's not a country to all the big men alone. It's for everyone. To cover all population, everything must be accessible to a better life Nigerians have been craving for, from my own point.
Okay, then let's look at it from this angle. As this incoming president is coming on board, now the issue of unemployment has been a thing that it has been a beast in the country. Subsequent governments have not really been able to tackle it to the roots. But as the president, this incoming president is coming on board, what will you suggest or what will you think would be preferred? Which way do you think the government should go about it in order to solve the issue of unemployment rate so that Nigerian youth, even if you look at it of recent, the issue of Japa and the rest of it will be curbed?
Number one is we should stop outsourcing every job creation in the country. Then there should be a working system to making sure that the creation of jobs is accessible to all graduates in Nigeria, both new and older graduates in Nigeria. You can expect someone who read Yoruba in school to be a banker at the banking hall, and we should cut short of the preferential list given to ministers, senators, obas before reaching out to those wanting that job directly. When these jobs are created and it's on the Nigerian government portal, go there. If you meet the requirements, so be it. Nigeria used to be a country where graduates, after graduation, all they get is a job, a house, the vehicle to work with, to drive, and to have a convenient working environment, and to mention a few. If all of these things are maintained or brought into reins again, definitely Nigeria is going to be a toast to every other country in the globe.
Okay. In order not to preempt what is going on, the unfolding event in the tribunal, what will be your take on the post-election, whereby do you think it will be more necessary or will it be more advisable for President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is now the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to go with a line of inclusive government by calling on other party members to work hand in hand to make sure that they achieve a good purpose for the country? Or what is your take on that?
Truth be told that there is nothing we expect from this new administration than bringing back our hope, our mandate, and those at the election tribunal petition. There is no other way to reach than to accept a defeat. When we used to have the administration of Obasanjo and Atiku as the president, I mean the vice president, we can tell his history as a vice president. Thank God, LP flag bearer Peter Obi, we can tell his own dispensation as a governor elect in Anambra State, and we all have accounts of how they did. So their results alone shows the character they are. They have this desperation for power. They have these self-bragging spirits. How can you be contesting for more than 3 times in a row and you have not been winning? If truly you have a genuine reason to be at the ends of affair as a vice president, what can you speak about as the second man of the nation? That's Atiku. The state you claim you are from, Adamawa State, how many average Adamawans enjoy your person, your magnitude, your business growth? How many average Adamawas can attend your university, your companies, everything? How many of your people can vouch for you? Number 2, let's go to the Southeast. Court judgment struck out the sitting governor for Peter Obi, and he got in there, if he had performed wonderfully well, why coming to Lagos to campaign all through? Then later on, you now sorts your way on how you can go to your southeastern state before going back to your own Anambra state. If he was to be a good man, you should start your assignment from home. Come out to the streets, speak, and let's see the reaction of your people. If there is no betrayal amongst themselves, among the LP family, why would an existing executive of LP, before he decamped from PDP to LP, be fighting you that you can't come around to their party and install yourself as the head and the leader and the flag bearer of the presidential standard bearer during the presidential election? If these men were honest to themselves alone, definitely there shouldn't be agitation after losing an election.
Exactly.
Fine, we all hope to see the result from the petition tribunal court, that's presidential election tribunal court. But there's one thing in Nigeria: if the two of them are not selfish, aiming for their own personal life and goals, as they want to write their name as the president of the country, when you were in powers earlier before this year, what were the dividends enjoyed by people? That was my case.
Now, taking a look at the task ahead, what would be your suggestion to the current president of Nigeria? And let's not forget that how long it took the former president before he hit the grounds running, before he was able to pick his cabinet member. Comparing it and looking at this incoming president, what would be your take on that?
Truth be told, that a man with wisdom and vision should have a working template. And when you have a working template, I believe that every other thing needs no desperation. Work on what you have. When you have a working wristwatch, definitely you will know the time to strike on a set goal, how you go about it, and to achieve the results. But every ministry must work together. When everything is working as a working state, definitely every other state that makes Nigeria will have a fresh air and to celebrate the present administration. They should only give him time. We need two things in this country. Number one is prayer for sustenance. Number two is patience and tolerance. So I say.
Tolerance and patience.
Yes.
I hope all our viewers at home have been able to have a wonderful and a fruitful discussion with us today on BGI TV Current. So, and I will also want to enjoin you to join us in another episode when we come on board. My name remains Ige or Lalikon.
Alright, from my own side, I'd like to tell you that we have a new administration ongoing some hours ago after President Muhammadu Buhari bows out of Agog and going back to Daura as claimed. Let us all understand that it's not easy to be a man as strong as Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Forgive me, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He has done his best from being nothing to a governor of Lagos State, and after being a governor of Lagos State, he remained the Jagabambogu of Lagos State, making people living testimonies. Now he has attained his mandate. Definitely he has been working, cut across Nigeria and international recognition.
Yes.
He has achieved it. Let's support him to have a meaningful, smiling and happy Nigeria as a country once again. Let us forget about ethnicity, politics, language, religion. Just like the wife said, Oluremi Tinubu stated yesterday at the Christian conference yesterday in Abuja that it is not Nigerian wealth that will make our family recognized by everyone, and she's a silent achiever. All of these are good, encouraging words from the First Lady. I'm not a politician, but when I hear or listen to good words, promises, I only have one thing at the back of my mind. That's the prayer. God should help them fulfill all of these aspirations. When you walk with aspirations without desperation, definitely you receive God's intervention. So I'd like to tell you again, the lovers of BGI TV Current and BGI TV, tomorrow is another day at Oshobo State House, I beg your pardon, State High Court in Oshobo, Room 1, where there will be a judgment pronouncement by the Chief Justice of Osun State, Justice Adekunle, as regards the case on the sudden death of Timothy Adegoke, who died at Hilton Honors Hotel in Ileife, owned by Dr. Rahman Adedoyin, who is first suspect on the case of murder. An hotel should be a place where we go to lodge and come back. And secondly, we should understand the fact that Judgment Day is tomorrow in Oshobo, and BGI TV will surely be there. And another video will be coming on BGI TV Current. I'm telling you, it's going to be a memorable day. Another history will be made because we've all been waiting for it. We've all been agitating for success and victory pronouncement. Thank you all for loving our broadcast. My name remains Morire Rabila Lawal. Good afternoon.
The backbone of them, the respected, highly commendable President and former President of Nigeria, the country, for his home base. My regards to him. All the excellencies, the head of state, president, and leaders of various countries, they are present. Former head of state, a great man, committed and highly honest to the development of this country, General Yakubu. My dear wife, the new First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu. Your Excellency, Vice President Kasim Shettima, and his wife, Nana Shettima. Senate President, distinguished senators, Ahmed Lawan, House of Representatives Speaker, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, and his wife, Salamat. The Chief Justice of the Federation, Olukayode Ariwola, Your Excellencies, Governors, here present, the chairman of our party, APC, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, former APC interim chairman, Chief BC Akonde, and my brother, Chief Chegun Otoba. Distinguished senators and honorable members of the House of Representatives, honorable ministers and members of the just-dissolved National Executive, members of diplomatic corps, the royal fathers, men of the armed forces, I salute you for your sacrifices and the supreme sacrifices you've made for this country, for the men and women. We thank you. And we thank you the way today is going well. Gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my fellow citizens, I stand before you honored to assume the sacred mandate you have given me. My love for this nation is abiding. My confidence in its people, unwavering, and my faith in God Almighty is absolute. I know that His hand shall provide the needed moral strength and clarity of in those instances where even seem have reached the limit of human capacity. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this day is bold and majestic, yet bright and full of spirit, as is our precious nation. As a nation, we have long ago decided to march beyond the dimness of night into open day of renewed national hope. The question is, and we must now ask ourselves, is whether to remain faithful to the work inherent in the building of a better society, or retreat into the shadow of our unmet potential. For me, there is but no one answer. There are we are too great a nation and too grand as a people to rob ourselves of our finest destiny. The nation's journey has been shaped by the prayers of our founding fathers and other billions, and the collective sacrifices of us all. We have endured hardship that will have made other societies crumble We have shouldered the heavy burden to arrive at this sublime moment where the prospect of a better future merges with our improved capacity to create that future. To the surprise of many, but not to ourselves, we have more firmly established this land as a democracy in both word and deed. The peaceful transition from one government to another now is our political tradition. This handover symbolizes our trust in God, our enduring faith in representative governance, and our belief in our ability to reshape this nation into a society it was always meant to be. My brothers and sisters, permit me to say a few words to my predecessor, President Muhammadu Buhari. Mr. President, Oma. You have been an honest, patriotic leader who has done his best for the nation you love. On a more personal note, you are a worthy partner and a friend. And may history be kind to you. For many years, Nigeria's critics have trafficked the rumor that our nation will break up, even perish. They have even redesigned the map. Yet we are here. We have stumbled at times, but resilience and diversity have kept us going, and we will keep going. Our body may make us bend at times, but it shall never break us. Instead, we stand forth as Africa's most populous nation and as the best hope and strongest champion of the black race. As a citizen, we declare as one unified people devoted to one unified nation, national cause, that as long as this world exists, Nigeria shall exist. Take me back to the old man's impact General Yakubu Gowon. Cliche, if Nigeria won the task that must be done. If you are young or old, you will remember. So today, faith and destiny join together to place the touch of human progress in our very hand. We dare not let it slip. We live high this touch so that it might shine on every household and in every heart that calls itself Nigeria. We hold the beam aloft because it lights our path with compassion, brotherhood, and peace. May this great light never extinguish. Say amen. Our administration will govern you only on your behalf, but never rule over you. We shall consult and dialogue, but never dictate. We shall reach out to all, but never put down a single person for holding view contrary to our own. We are here to further mend and heal this nation, not tear and injure it. In this way, may I offer a few comments regarding the election that brought us here today to this junction. Yes, it was a hard-fought contest and was also fairly won. Since the advent of the Fourth Republic, Nigeria has known had an election of a better quality. I said so. The outcome reflected the will of the people. However, my victory does not render me any more Nigerian than my opponent. Nor does this render them any less patriotic. They shall forever be my fellow compatriots, and I will treat them as such. They represent important constituencies and concerns that wisdom dare not ignore. Some have taken their concerns to court, seeking legal redress. That is their right, and I fully defend that exercise of this right. This is the essence of the rule of law. Over decades ago, our founding fathers bravely gave us this country to place Nigeria on the map of an independent nation. We must never allow the labor of those who came before us to wither in vain, but to blossom and bring forth a better reality. Let us take the next great step. The journey they began and believed in Today, let us commit ourselves to placing Nigeria in our hearts as the indispensable home for each and every one of all, regardless of creed, ethnicity, or place of birth. My supporters, I thank you. So who did vote for me, I thank you as well. I extend my hand across the political divide. I ask you to grasp the national affinity and brotherhood. For me, political polarization has faded away. All I see here are Nigerians. All of you. May we uphold this vision, an excellent notion as a new Nigeria idea. My fellow citizens, Nigeria idea, which I speak of, is more than just an improvement in economic and statistics. These things are important, but they can never convey the fullness of our story. Our mission is to improve our ways of life in a manner that nurtures our humanity, encourages compassion towards one another, and duly reward our collective effort to social evil that seek to divide us. Our Constitution gave us a nation on paper. We must work hard at bringing this noble document to life by strengthening the bond of economic collaboration, social cohesion, and cultural understanding. Let us develop a shared sense of fairness and equality. South must not only seek good for itself, but must understand that interest are served when goods come to the north. North must not steal the south likewise. Whether from the winding creeks of Niger Delta, the vastness of northern Savannah, the boardroom of Lagos, the building bustling capital of Abuja, as busy market of Onitsha. You are all my people. As your president, I shall serve you with prejudice towards none, but compassion and amity towards all. In the coming days and weeks, my team will publicly detail the key aspects of our economic program. Today, permit me to outline in broad terms a few initiatives that define our concept of progressive good governance and furtherance of the Nigerian idea. The principles that will guide our administration are very simple. Nigeria will be impartially governed according to the rule of law, Constitution. We shall defend the nation from terror and all forms of criminality that threaten the peace and stability of our country. We shall remodel our economy to bring our growth and develop the GDP much better, achieve the GDP much better than we have today. I assure you. Do that through job creation, food security, and an end to extreme poverty. In our administration, women and youth will feature prominently. Our government will continue to take proactive steps, such as championing a credit culture, to discourage corruption, while strengthening the effectiveness and efficiency of the various anti-corruption agencies. That's to be a continued work in progress. Security shall be top priority of our administration, because neither prosperity nor justice can prevail amid insecurity and violence. To effectively tackle this, we shall reform both our security doctrine and its architecture. We shall invest more in our security personnel, and it means more than an increase in number. We shall provide better training, equipment, pay, and power. On the economy, we target a GDP not less than 6% growth. We aim to accomplish all of this by taking the following steps. Budgetary reform, stimulating the economy without engendering inflation. Industrial policy, to utilize the full range of domestic manufacturing and lessen import dependency. The electricity will become more accessible and affordable to businesses and homes alike. Power generation should nearly double, and transmission and distribution network must improve significantly. we will encourage various state governments to continue to participate in this effort, power generation and distribution of their own. I have a message for our investors, local and foreign. Our government shall review all the complaints about multiple taxation. And review various anti-investment inhibitions. We shall ensure that investors and foreign businesses repatriate their hard-earned dividends and profits home. My administration must create meaningful opportunities for our youth. We shall honor our campaign commitment of 1 million jobs in the digital economy. Our government also shall work with the National Assembly to fashion an omnibus job and prosperity bill. This will give our administration the policy space to embark on labor-intensive infrastructural development, improvement, encourage light industry, provide improved social services for the poor, elderly, and vulnerable. On agriculture, rural income shall be secured by commodity exchange board, guaranteeing minimal prices for certain crops. Animal products, a nationwide program for the storage and facilities to reduce spoilage and waste. All of that will be undertaken. Agricultural hubs will be created throughout the nation to increase production and engage in credit, promote credit, engage in value-added processing. The livestock will introduce the best modern practices and steps taken to minimize the perennial conflict. Through this, food will be made more abundant, yet less costly. Farmers shall earn more while the average Nigerians pay less. On infrastructure, we shall continue the effort of the Buhari administration on infrastructure development area, and know how many railroad and water construction are. On fuel subsidy, unfortunate, the budget that I've glimpsed before I assume office and what I've heard is that no provision is there for fuel subsidy. the first subsidy is gone. Subsidy can no longer justify an ever increasing cost in the wake of dry resources. We shall instead channel whatever to fund to better investment in public infrastructure, education, healthcare, and jobs that will materially improve life for people. Monetary policy. Though house cleaning, thorough house cleaning is necessary. The central bank must work towards a unified exchange rate. This will direct the fund from arbitrage to meaningful investment and the plant and equipment, jobs that are powered, that will power the real economy. Interest rate needs to come down. Currently too high, anti-people, anti-business. We have to work on all of them. To me, I know I've taken you through a winding time, a long time today. I will end this speech by assuring that the mandate they have given me is not misplaced. The confidence is there. Hope is back for Nigeria. Just let us be united. Thank you. God bless Nigeria. God bless the Republic.
Your Excellencies, most distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the inaugural address by the new President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic. Please may we put our hands together once more for His Excellency, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal
Excellence, invités distingués, mesdames et messieurs, vous venez d'entendre l'allocution présidentielle de son Excellence, le Président de la République fédérale du Nigeria et commandant en chef des forces armées du Nigeria, son Excellence, Président Bola Ahmed Tinubu, JCRF. Merci, Excellence, et félicitations.
Thank you very much. At the end of the inaugural address, what we'll be witnessing next is the three hearty cheers. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please may we all rise for the 21 gun salute. Officers and warrant officers in uniform are to salute, and may